worldwide problem is human trafficking. Like, what do you think? Like, do you think like it's a big deal, or do you think it's like kind of just like under the radar?
I think it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of an aspect of like globalization. Like people are now being able to, I don't know, take people from different
Anywhere.
countries, sex trade, like all that stuff.
Like, what is your definition of human trafficking?
It's when people are being like held against their will and forced to do things that they don't want to do. Maybe they're being like held captive.
Okay. And then, so what Jackie found is human trafficking is the commercial exchange and exploitation of humans, whether it's forcing them into prostitution or labor or any sort of servitude or bondage. So you're absolutely right. And what do you think the top 3 states in the U.S. Are for human trafficking?
I feel like it's the big ones. Maybe like California, Florida, like Texas.
Okay, so you got 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
It's New York, California, and Florida. So that was
My heart runs far from where you intended. Come after me, please. My heart runs far from where you intended. Come after me, please.
Hello! We are Matters of Beauty, and we are tabling to collect some donations for a shelter called Wings of Shelter. So here is our Christmas donation drive flyer. We've got all the things that we're collecting, like razors, body wash, nail polish remover, and we'll be here today, next Thursday, and then the Thursday after that we'll be collecting donations.
Hi guys, like Rika was saying before, we're working with Wings of Shelter. Wings of Shelter is a safe house for human trafficking victims from the age of anything below 18 basically is what they're taking, and they're in desperate need of donations, different items for the girls, so basically that's what we're doing today.
I'm the program director at Wings of Shelter International, which is a local nonprofit organization dedicated to the prevention and intervention of child sex trafficking. I started learning about human trafficking when I was in high school, but everything I learned about was only talking about things that were going on in Eastern Europe or Southeast Asia, and I had no clue that it was happening in our backyard, that girls were actually being trafficked in Southwest Florida, and then even more importantly than that, I had no idea that there was anybody doing anything about it. People can get involved just by using their voice. Everyone is already somewhere in some area of society, and you can get involved just by helping other people realize that it's a problem, by learning more about it yourself and then spreading that information. Obviously, nobody's gonna do anything about a problem they don't know exists, and so awareness is the first step, but it can't end there or the problem will continue to happen. Teaching young boys that women have inherent dignity and worth, teaching girls that their value is not in their sex appeal, it's not in what they look like. So educating our youth, especially people, teachers and social workers who are going to come into contact with these girls on a regular basis. Men especially can use their voice. I know a lot of times men think that this is just a woman's fight because the victims are generally women, but it's also happening among young boys, and that's a slice of the population that generally goes unnoticed, and so men can get involved in that way. There's a definite lack of resources for boys who have been trafficked, and so just to stand up and use your voice and to raise awareness is always the first step.